Hey everybody, and welcome to another Rooted Online. It is brilliant to get the chance to chat to you guys. I really do miss you. I wonder, how are you doing this week? I thought I'd give you the choice of which of the 7 dwarves you feel most like. Well, now my hay fever's kicked in, I am definitely more like Sneezy. Can you remember what the date is today? Or even what day it is? It's getting a bit confusing, isn't it? Well, if you are watching or listening to this on the day I record it, today is definitely Tuesday, the 21st of April. It's getting a bit like that gap between Christmas and New Year, though, where we all get a little bit confused about what normal is. Are you getting frustrated by the lockdown? Now we know that we've got to extend the lockdown for another 3 weeks. Maybe you're getting a bit frustrated by having to stay inside or not see your friends, not get to do those normal things that you enjoy when it's normally summertime. Well, there is some hope for the end of the lockdown, and one of the things that might lead to that happening is that a vaccine will be produced. We'll be able to give that to people who are vulnerable, and that'll mean that we can all go back to a bit more of normality. Won't that be brilliant when we hear that come out in the news? I think there'll be celebration everywhere. Well, we've seen over the last few weeks that God does care about suffering. He cares about us, He cares about His world, and He cares about the fact that there is sickness and death in it. We know that Jesus made a way to end death on the cross forever. And that means that one day there will be no more suffering, sickness, or death. And while we wait for that to happen, we can speak to God and He listens to us. Well, that's good news, isn't it? But what are we meant to be doing now if we believe in that good news? Well, when Jesus appeared to His disciples after His death and His resurrection, He gave them some instructions and told them what they should be doing with their time. This is what He said. Go and make followers of all people in the world. Teach them to obey everything that I have told you to do. You can be sure that I will be with you always. Well, what would you do with life-saving news if you found out that you'd got a coronavirus vaccine? Well, you'd pass it on, wouldn't you? Everyone would need to know. Well, it's the same for what happened with Jesus' followers. What would you do with the life-saving news that there was hope for life after death? Well, you'd pass it on, wouldn't you? And that is exactly what Jesus' followers did. They went into all the world, passing on that amazing news that there is hope for the future, and there is hope now in how we live. And that good news even made its way to Barnsley. Well, I wonder if you've ever thought about why we talk so much about God at Rooted or any of our other groups. Well, we believe as Christians we have the best news in the world, and we want everyone to know it. Last week I set you a weekly challenge, the Not My Hands challenge. We were copying Zoella and her brother, letting somebody else do something for us like our makeup or our teeth. Well, if you want to see how Curtis and I got on with doing that, stay watching after this video and you'll get to see how well we did. This week's challenge is a musical one. I've heard of people creating these playlists called Quarantunes with songs that seem funny or appropriate for being in quarantine. Here are the ones that we managed to pick, just in a few minutes. I bet you can do a better job. Things that might be funny, we've got Panic Room, Lockdown, that you've been stuck in your house. Lost My Mind when we lose track of what is going on the days of the week. Coffee and TV as you enjoy watching a bit of extra Netflix and relaxing at home. So I wonder if you can think of any funny songs that you could include in a playlist. If you do, send your screenshots of that playlist through to me, through the Facebook page for Rooted, or from your parents' account to my account, and I'll share them next week if you come up with any funny ones. And keep an eye on our St Andrew's YouTube channel for more videos and challenges that you can join in with. Hope to see you all again really soon.